So the next thing was Skid Row against the Lucha Suits in the big grudge match.
Please tell me you watched this match.
I did.
This was the highlight of the show, this match.
Oh, I did. What in the wide world of sports is So now they've got, it's Legado de Fantasia is the group composed of the other guy, the other Mexican guy that wears a suit besides Andre Olio
and
his two guys.
Yeah.
And I forgot everybody, they say the economy is bad in Mexico, but every Mexican wrestler is wearing a tailored suit. So there now with Zelina Vega, and they're fighting Skid Row, who is top dollar.
Dollar.
Dollar,
not dollar.
Top dollar.
Dollar.
Got a dollar sign on him.
But it's spelled Dolla. It's not top dollar.
Well, I believe this fat fucking human waterbed doesn't know how to spell, but that doesn't mean that I goddamn have to be incorrect. Top dollar and Ashante Adonis and B-Fab. So the Lucha Suits are coming out second. The Skid Row has already come out and had they don't let them rap anymore, as we've mentioned. Probably got some type of blowback from the Institute for Hearing. A lot of deaf people complaining.
Yeah, another reason why they really needed Swerve back. He was the only one who could rap. So then the Lucha Suits come out, and the baby faces, Skid Row that is, jump started on the floor, and they have an awkward fight out there. And I mention again, did you see what Top Dollar was wearing? Yes. He looks like a middle-aged fat car salesman dressed for a pickup basketball game at his kid's playground. But he's too old for the group. And he remembers when he was back in high school, he could handle that ball, make you look like a fool, boy. But anyway, this was a rotten match, but it was brief. But again, Top Dollar is trying to do the fucking five-knuckle shuffle fucking dance that The Rock used to do, and he's trying to have personality and do the thing Road Dogg used to do with his knees before he dropped the... My God, he's so awkward, and his feet look like fucking canoes, and his belly looks like a giant beach ball underneath, as I mentioned, the ridiculous playground teenage clothes that he's wearing. He's got to be late 30s. We looked his age up once, didn't we? I'll find out right now.
He's dressing like he's too cool for school, but in reality, he's too fat for his fucking hat.
When he did that little five-knuckle shuffle, whatever, where he bent over and danced.
Yes.
B-Fab at ringside really reacted. Like, look at what he's doing. Not one other person in that audience reacted. Go back. That's one of the fascinating things about this match. Hit Row have been all over TV now for several weeks, and no one reacted to them at all.
And they beat Top Dollar, as a matter of fact, beat him with a double team move flat in the middle of the fucking ring, wallering around like a fucking... the thing is, Top Dollar does like to go to the beach because he likes children. And at the beach, all the kids love to play in his shade.
What? Okay. Again, the comedy police may be on the phone at any moment here. Zelina Vega mugged B-Fab when she jumped.
Yes.
I wasn't sure what she was going for, but I figured B-Fab's going to turn around and take a Hurricane Rana, because that's what happens. No, she just, shoot bulldog.
Yeah, the girls were stiffer than the guys. But this was short, and they beat Skid Row just flat down, so maybe they've realized, what have we got here?
She looked great, Zelina Vega, and remember when Andrade was tolerable, she was the manager. She was great at ringside.
Well, she's got some experience all the way around, but her fucking cohorts,
someone should embrace Lucha Suits, because it really is one of the greatest nicknames you've ever had, because it works. The Lucha Suits!
All righty then. But anyway, so maybe, do you think we saw the last of Skid Row there? Is that another thing they've realized, what the fuck have we done? And they're trying to back up on that now.
I don't know, but if Top Dollar
and I'm not too familiar with his work, and I'm trying to be fair, but if he's really good on the mic, and maybe that's what I've missed, make him Michael Hayes. He should not be in the ring. He didn't look particularly impressive, and he's a former football player, 32 years old.
He's only 32?
32, former football player, but he didn't look that impressive. There has to be another way to do this, because when they had them come out and rap, like, must have been like a month ago now, it was so bad that killed any chance they had. And then since that time, the matches aren't good. They're reacting to themselves much more than any of the fans are reacting to them at all. I don't know how much longer you stick with this.
The other guy, Ashante, okay, he looks kind of cool. And I mean, I'm not a hip-hop expert or the culture of the young Black America, the sound of Black America, Motown, whatever. But I'm sorry, even my old white fucking elderly ass can tell the Top Dollar looks like a fat fucking guy. It works down at the local fucking Jiffy Lube and fancies himself I don't know. Is he cool? Is it cool that the kids call themselves in the hip hop where he fancies himself as he's cool and he's young and he's hip? But in actuality, he's old and he's bald and he's fat.
You want to know the difference? I don't think he's far off in age from where Max Caster is. And I'm comparing them because they're the two hip hop tag teams in the two different wrestling companies. The Acclaimed got themselves over.
Yeah.
And Max Caster has clever rhymes. You want to hear what he has to say. After fucking Hit Row came out there rapping that one time to whatever that song was they prepared for them, no one wants to see or hear them ever again.
Remember, we're back.
We're back. That was the song. Yeah.
All righty. Speaking of in the back, Cruella DeVille is doing an interview in the backstage area, and here comes Liv Morgan, who is now apparently the second coming of goddamn Abdullah the Butcher, and is just going to fucking viciously attack everybody, and she's hardcore. And they have a big, in quotation marks, fight. On the same show as Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre did it well, now here's another backstage fight amongst girls, and it was ridiculous. And Liv clears off a table and bounces Cruella off the table 18 million times. Old Cruella is just leaning down and slapping the table with her hands every time, like that's her head. And then she put her on the table, which of course she laid there for, so that Liv Morgan could climb up a scaffolding and jump off and do a senton on her through the table. In the back, with no people, out of an interview where the interviewer, as soon as the attack started, disappeared, never said a word, nobody came to help. This is just going on in the backstage area on the same show as they did it with their main event guys. And what lunatic thinks that Liv Morgan is ever going to be taken as a danger and a menace to society?
Well, they're trying.
Not very hard.
Where's Lacey? Was that really? I joked about it, but that really was the end of Lacey Evans.
I think it was the end of Lacey Evans. I think she's in table heaven now.
Table heaven.
That's where all the people go that get put through those tables. You never see them again because they're in table heaven. Either that or they're inside the walls with the internet service providers.
Yeah, Julia Hart went through that table, and then she put out a statement saying, "I'm okay," and then we never saw her ever again.
Never seen her again.